Om. Sahana vavatu, Sahanau bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahmavitvaram Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Shuka Sarikhe Purna Vairagya Jace Vasishtha Paridnyan Yogeshwarace Kavi Valmika Sarikha Manya Aisa Namaskara Mazha Tayara Madasa Ganadhisha Zoisha Sarva Gunansa Mularambha Arambhato Nirgunaca Namu Sharada Mula Chatvara Vacha Gamu Panthanantaya Raghavacha. Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. We saw in the last session, towards the end of the text, now Samarth Ramdas Swami is explaining nature of that pure Brahman, Nirguna Nirakara. And therefore he says, whatever exists in this entire world, Anu Renu Kahi, even if the smallest of the smallest, the atom, Taya Rita Thavaya Raghava Vidnahi. It cannot exist without the substratum which he is calling as Raghava, Sri Rama. But as we understand, that is nothing but Brahman only. Without that substratum Brahman, even an atom cannot exist. Right? Forget about all other people. Nothing can exist without that. And therefore, what we must understand, that knowledge of this Brahman is not anything like the knowledge of anything else. Knowledge of Brahman is not like the knowledge of objects. Why? Because in the object knowledge, we have so many things. Object should be there. My eyes, whatever senses are knowing that object, that sense organ should be there. Then after that, my mind should be there, my attention should be there. And therefore, because all these things are there, you have to get the knowledge in the way which is called as objective knowledge of the self, of the object. So you know it as something other than you. Right? But here, now what is happening? Here, the self, when you try to know, Brahman, when you try to know, you become one with that Brahman. Taya pahata pahata tochi zale. You do not remain separate from it. It is not that I am there and Brahman is there and I am knowing Brahman. That kind of objective knowledge is not possible. So knowing Brahman is being Brahman. Careful, I am not even saying becoming Brahman. Because again, becoming means I was not Brahman before, now I have become Brahman. No, I am always Brahman. Was, is, will. The time itself falls, in that entire concept of Brahman. And therefore, when we try to know it, we realize that I am that. So it is a subjective knowledge, which is called as aparoksha anubhuti, direct experience of the self, without any other medium, without the mind and the senses and the intellect. Why? Anyways, they cannot get the knowledge of the self. Isn't it? And therefore, tethe laksha, alaksha sarve budale. There is no question of seeing and not seeing and something being invisible. No, such concept doesn't exist. Why? All of that exists when there is medium involved. Gurudev always used to very beautifully explain this as the experience is immediate. Immediate usually we use for immediate. Immediate means without any time lag. I want it immediately. So that experience is immediate because there is no time lag. I am Brahman. I don't have to wait for it to get the knowledge. And he also used to explain that word immediate as not immediate but immediate, means without any media, without any medium, without mind, intellect and senses. That knowledge of Brahman I will gain. Nabha sarikhe rupaya Raghavache. This Raghava, this Sri Rama, this Parabrahma is like sky, all pervasive. Mani chintita moola tute bhavache. And when you realize it in your heart, when you realize that that supreme consciousness which is all pervasive is my own self, moola tute bhavache, the cause of entire samsara, entire bhava, and that is ajnana, that gets destroyed. Taya pahata deha buddhi urena. And that ajnana, that ignorance which had created deha buddhi, jiva bhava, ahankara, that thought that I am body, I am mind, that thought also gets destroyed. Sada sarvada artha poti purena. And unless you get this knowledge, unless you get this experience of realization, you are never satisfied. You don't feel fulfilled. You do not feel content. Right? Now he says, yes, my dear, I have been telling that this Brahman is like space, all pervasive, but let me tell you, to tell you the fact, nabhe vyapile sarva srishti sahe, raghu nayaka upama tena sahe. Yes, I agree that space has pervaded the entire world because it is the first creation. From Maya first comes Nabha, space. And from Nabha only Nabhaswata, air, etc., all other things. So being the first one, it is pervading everything. But even that example cannot be given to Raghava, cannot be given to Brahman. Duje veena to, duje veena jo to chitoha swabhave. Why? Because even that much duality, na sahe, is not tolerated in that Brahman. Space may be all pervasive in the world, but space is still an object, an effect of Maya. Even if you say that everything has merged back into space, let that space, one small factor of Maya remain. No, even that much duality is not allowed in Brahman. Brahman is absolutely non-dual. No, there is nothing other than it. You can't say, no, but Veji, see, the rest of the world has already gone. No, so let space be there. No, it cannot be there. Taya vyapaku vyartha kaise manave. So how can I even call it as all pervasive? Vyapaka means all pervasive. The concept of all comes when there are many things. When there is only one thing, how can I call it as all pervasive? So that Brahman is not even all pervasive. See, please, it is not said Brahman is not all pervasive. If you look from the standpoint of all, Brahman is all pervasive. But if you look at it from standpoint of Brahman, it is not all. There is no all. Where is the question of all pervasive? If you see the world Brahman has pervaded that entire world. But the matter of fact is, there is no world. Brahman alone is. This is the highest knowledge of Advaita Vedanta. The same knowledge which is given in the Upanishads, the same knowledge which is given in Bhagavad Gita, is given here. Please understand. Don't take it lightly. So far we have understood this Manache Shlok appears very, very simple, very nice to sing, but the thoughts are very deep. That's the thing about saints, no? They say something casually also has deeper meaning. So this text goes up to that detail, that deep, that depth. Now, to conclude that topic, he says, Ati jirna vistirna te rupa hai. It is extremely ancient and pervasive. Vistirna means, actually it is, see, Brahma word also, Brahma means Brihatvat Brahma, that which is infinite big. Infinite big means, generally big is with comparison to something that is smaller, isn't it? Big is not actually big, big is bigger. Always big is in comparison, but it is infinite big. Infinite big means without any comparison, it is bigger than everything else. It is pervasive, it is subtler, it is everything. Tethe tarka samparka tohi nasa hai. You cannot have any logic there, any argumentation there, any kind of notion there, you cannot have. Ati gudha, it's extremely deep and therefore hidden, secret. Te dridha, but it is firm. Tatkala sope, and it becomes immediate and easy. Duje veena je khuna Swami pratape, when it is shown as your own non-dual self by Swami, by your Guru. So when the Guru shows it, by the grace of that Guru, it becomes easy and immediate. What? That Brahman. Why? Because Guru shows it to me as not something else, but as my own self. As my own self. This direct experience of reality, he has explained in next two verses which we have seen in the last session. Kale akale rupate jnana hota. When the self-knowledge takes place, then we realize the nature of Brahman. Tethe atali sarva sakshi avastha. There, even the state of being a witness has dried up. You can't even call it a state of being a witness. You are not even witness. You are witnessing what? You are not even witness. Mana unmani shabda kuntitara hai. It is the experience where mind becomes no mind. And shabda kuntitara hai, and words freeze. Tore tochito Rama sarvatra pahe. That is Sri Rama. That is Sri Rama. Sarvatra pahe. Now see that Sri Rama everywhere. When you open your eyes, when you come out of Samadhi also, when you see, if at all you see the world, you will see that Sri Rama only everywhere. When you say you will see Sri Rama only everywhere, means you will not see any world, you will only see Sri Rama. That is what will happen. It is so true that bhakti without jnana is blind. So many people I have heard, no, I don't want jnana, etc. I am happy. Look at these saints. They had great devotion for Bhagavan, but look at their understanding of Bhagavan. Samarth Ramdas Swami is known for his devotion to Sri Rama, but according to him, who is Sri Rama? He says here, Tore tochito Rama sarvatra pahe. That Brahman is what I am calling as Sri Rama. It is not a devotion devoid of knowledge. It cannot be. And then he describes that when that experience happens, when that realization takes place, he says, Kada olakhi maji duje disena. Now once I have recognized you, my own self, duje disena, I don't see anyone else. I don't see any duality. Mani manasi dvaita kahi vasena. Even in the mind, no duality can remain. Bahuta disa apali bhet jali. Aha. He says, after so many days we have met. Who? Me and myself. I have met myself after so many days. What tragedy we are in, you see. We keep meeting everybody else. We keep meeting the long lost friends. We keep meeting the relatives. Not just close relatives, but distant relatives. We keep meeting strangers. We keep meeting celebrities. We want to meet celebrities. But one person that we must meet, that is we ourselves, we have not met. Not just now, not just in 2025, 24, which is about to end. Not just in this birth, but for so many births we have not met ourselves. So then when we meet, he says, Bahuta disa apali bhet jali. Videhi pane sarva kaya nivali. And I have become Videha. Videha has two meanings. One meaning is Vigata Deha. I have lost all the body consciousness. Body awareness is gone. Why? That knowledge that I am Brahman has gone so deep that body is not even known. And therefore Kaya Nivali, the body has become quiet. Second meaning is Videhi Pane means my future embodiments are gone. No more prarabdha, no more taking birth. Why? Because no more identification. Videha mukti also means no future birth. What it also indicates is that Jivan Mukta Jnani now has given a body. Whether the body will fall at that time or prarabdha will allow the body to run for some more time, that is different matter and it has nothing to do with that Jnani. Jnani Muktasau. He is liberated at that very moment. That very moment of realization, he is liberated. For the Ajnanis, the body may survive for some more time, continue to give knowledge, continue to roam here and there. That is not for him. Okay, that is what has happened. Now, concluding the entire text, Samarth Ramdas Swami says, now mind, you have understood everything. Now what should you do? Verse 202. मना गुजरे तुझहे प्राप्त झाले परी अंतरी पाहिजे यत्न केले सदा श्रवणे पाविजे निश्चयासी धरी सज्जन संगति धन्य होसी. जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. He maintains that simplicity in the words and the depth in the meaning. He says, Mana, oh my mind, for the final time I am telling you what? Guzahre tuzahe prapta jale. Tuza, to you, this guza, this secret, gudha itself becomes guza in Marathi. Now you have got this secret. Okay, now entire secret is given to you. Secret is this knowledge. Entire text is given to you, what you should do karma yoga and how you should purify yourself and how bhakti yoga should be done and how jnana you should go to saguna bhakti, nirguna bhakti, the difference, the oneness between saguna and nirguna, what is that nature of that parabrahma, everything I have told you. Pari antari pahije yatna kele. Now you have to put efforts. Actually, now Samarth Ramdas Swami is talking directly to us. He is telling, see, because while explaining itself, he has reached that state. He doesn't have to tell the mind now that you have to put efforts. As I told you from the beginning, actually, he never needed to tell anything to his mind. His mind already knew all these things and he was doing it. It is for us now directly. What is he telling? You have understood the entire concept, entire knowledge. Now you have to put efforts. So far what we have done is, we have tracked down entire road for us in our mind. Okay, I have to go from here to here and then go take left, then go and take right and then go further for 10 kilometers. Then after that there will be this. I have tracked it in my mind. Now I have to actually walk the path and reach. Okay, as we come towards the end of the text, this marks the beginning of our sadhana. Why? Because now only we have understood what is it. Now we have to yet do it. See, it is like you watch a YouTube video of how to cook a particular item, particular food item. Okay, so when that YouTube video is explaining everything, you listen carefully, you understand. Okay. After that, oh, that is the way. Oh, that oil I have to. Okay. Now you have completed watching the video. Now what? Now, veggie, we should start eating. No. We have to cook. Why? Now you have understood only what is to be done. You have not done it. Samarth Ramdas Swami reminds us this. And he says, Guzare tuzahe prapta zale. You have understood the secret now. Paryantari pahize yatna keli. Now you have to put efforts within yourself. And for that, what you should do? Sada shravane. Do shravana more and more so that it sinks in, so that the knowledge becomes strong. Not necessarily that we have to do something outside. It is the internal journey. It is journey of me to myself. Sada shravane pavize nishchayasi. Dhari sajjana sangati dhanya hosi. And therefore, my last suggestion to you is what? Dhari sajjana sangati. Always remain in company of satsang, sajjana. I tell you, there are so many saints who have said so many things. Finally, they will come to satsang only. You will see everywhere. I have so many times I have told you. Tukaram Maharaj also, after telling everything, said finally what? Santa Sangha Dei Sada. Oh God, you please bless me and give me satsang. Bhavati Bhavarnava Tarani Nauka. Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, Trijagati Sajjana Sangati Reka. Bhavati Bhavarnava Tarani Nauka. Oh God, please make sure that I am in satsanga. Why? Because that is the only boat which will cross for me the ocean of samsara. So they do come back to satsanga. Whether it is satsanga means company of good people or good books or good thoughts or good now sessions, online sessions, etc. Or whether it is the sangati of guru, whatever, but remain in that. Why? He still explains. See the next verse. Verse 203. Mana sarvahi sanga soduni dyava. अति आदरे सज्जनाचा धरावा जयाचे निसंगे महादुःख भंगे जनी साधने वीर सन्मार्ग लागे जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. He says, मना सर्व ही संग सोडून द्यावा. O mind, by all means you should give up the company of objects or wicked. That by all means you should give up. Vices, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, ahankara, abhimana. All these negativities in you, all the objects that tempt you to remain in the world, all those things you should give up the company of. Should not be in the company of them. Then, ati adare sajjanacha dharava. And with lot of respect, remain in the company of sajjana. Sajjana, good people. Jayachini sange mahadukka bhange. By whose company you destroy mahadukha, you destroy the greatest sorrow. What is the greatest sorrow? Ajnana is the greatest sorrow. Greatest sorrow is to remain in the samsara as some insignificant being. That's the greatest sorrow. He says, give up. If you are in satsanga, this Mahadukha will be bhanga, will be destroyed. Bhagavan Shri Krishna also explains in Bhagavad Gita what is yoga. And he says, Samyoga Viyogam, Yoga Samnitam. You are attached to the world of objects. Now you separate yourself from that world, that attachment to the world of objects is called as attachment. What? Detachment from the world is called as attachment. Attachment to what? Attachment to Paramatma. There he says, if you are in company of yoga, you will not be in the company of bhoga. Similarly, here he says, if you are in company of satsang, sajjanas, then what will happen? Automatically that bhoga bhavana will go. and automatically all the other vices, negativities will go away, and the ultimate dukkha, sorrow, ignorance, that also will go away. And he goes further and says, Jani sadhane veena sanmarga lage. Satsanga is capable of putting a seeker into this path of spirituality without doing sadhana. Sadhane veena. Without sadhana, you will be on the sanmarga. Sanmarga has different meanings. Satmarga, good path, path of righteousness, dharma marga. Sanmarga also means path of sat, that is existence, that is Brahman. Without you doing any particular sadhana, you will start walking the path of spirituality. Why? Because of satsanga. Actually, if we take a moment to just think of, when did we start spirituality, you will realize that we never started. It is like I was walking for physical exercise. I was walking, and then some great person was there, and I was walking with them, and then some conversation started happening. And from that physical fitness, how I came to emotional and intellectual fitness, I never came to know. It just happened. Many of us were just going to some temple and we met some sadhu there. We were just visiting some place as a tourist, but we saw some ashram, we went inside, Gurudev, some book was there or something was there and somebody was there and we met. For many of you, you might have been surfing on YouTube for something else and you landed here. You never know. Spiritual journey is never a planned journey. Why? Because we don't know that journey exists. How will we know that? We can plan something when we know something exists, no? I can say that, oh, one day I want to go to this country, one day I want to go to that country. You can plan because you know that it exists. We didn't even know there is something called as spirituality, something called as Brahman. So it is not that we have decided and we have done sadhana and therefore we are on the path of spirituality. No. Somehow we just came into contact with satsang, sajjana, and that's it. We didn't even realize we started walking the path of spirituality. It is as much a shock to ourselves as it is to others. I am sure many of your friends and relatives might have told, how, since when you started listening to all these things? Now in front of them you have to create that, maintain that kind of thing. Therefore you say, no, I was always spiritual in my heart. You may say like that, but in your heart, you know that the question that person is asking is the same question that I am also asking myself. Since when I started doing all these things? That is the power of satsanga. You don't even realize, and it happens. This is all grace that we don't understand. This is the grace of Bhagavan, this is the grace of the Guru, that without we realizing, so many things start to happen. So many things start to happen. Satsanga is like that. It is said, even if you say Jnana Marga also, which is so called very planned thing, no? You have to first gain sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, and then you go for Guru upasadhana, you approach a Guru, and then Shravana, you listen, Manana, you reflect, and then Nididhyasana, you practice that meditation, and then you realize. The entire path starts with sadhana chatushtaya. In sadhana chatushtaya, the first eligibility is viveka. And how viveka is gained? Through satsanga. Tulsidas ji says in Ramcharitmanas, Binu satsanga viveka na hoi. Ram kripa binu sulabha na soi. Binu satsanga viveka na hoi. So the whole thing starts with satsanga. And Samarth Ramdas Swami says, whole thing will end also with satsanga. You just remain in satsanga. All other things will take care of themselves. Don't worry too much. Now, Vedji, on the parameter of 0 to 10, can you please tell me where I am in my spiritual life? No, I can't tell. Nobody can tell. And how does it matter how much I have completed? I know what I have to do next. Bas, I keep doing it. Remain in satsanga. That is the only thing that I have to do. Why? Because satsanga will take care of all other things. That's what he says in the next verse. So to say, the last verse of Upadesha to mind. Verse 204. Mana sangaha sarva sangas todi, mana sangaha moksha tatkala jodi, mana sangaha sadhaka shighra sodi, mana sangaha dvaita nishesha modi. Jai Jai Raghuveer Samartha. Mana, O my mind, sangaha sarva sangas todi. This sangha, this satsanga cuts all other attachments. Mana sangaha, O mind, this satsanga, moksha tatkala jodi. Jodi means to connect, to unite, yoga. This satsanga will unite you to moksha, liberation, tatkala, at that very moment. Mana sangaha sadhaka shighra sodi. O mind, this satsanga frees the sadhaka. The sadhaka is no more bound when he is in satsanga. Mana sangaha dvaita nishesha modi. And oh my mind, this satsanga alone will destroy the entire duality. Whatever finally destruction of duality is what you are going to achieve, right? That also will happen by satsanga. Therefore, oh my mind, please remain in satsanga. Actually speaking, this is the essence of this text. The entire Manache Shlok, if you see right from the beginning up to here, what he has tried to do is tried to keep the mind in satsanga. The very fact that we are having conversation with our mind means mind is in satsanga. If mind is not in satsanga, there will be no conversation with mind. Mind will be outside, busy in getting something. The very fact that you get that mind inside and say, sit down, we need to talk. That moment we must realize that satsanga has started. In our life also the same thing happens or no? Sometimes we are so busy in doing this, that, we forget our own near and dear ones. And they say, come one for 5 minutes, come and sit in front of me. Just let us speak. Why? You should realize that that moment something different is going to happen. Let us have that conversation. So the very fact that we are having conversation with mind shows that satsanga has started. And what we are going to discuss with mind is not something that we want to discuss, but the ideas that these sages, saints and these scriptures have given us. Those are the topics that we are discussing with the mind. So automatically satsanga is there. So whether it is physical sangha, whether it is physical association with a great person, with guru, with sajjana, or whether it is with any book that you are reading, like Manache Shlok, like the spiritual text, Bhagavad Gita, etc. that we read. But more than anything else, it is the conversation where we are immersing ourselves into good thoughts. We are immersing ourselves into noble thoughts. That is called as satsanga. And that satsanga we can always be 24/7. Why? My mind always be available to me. Even when I am traveling, I can be in satsanga. Even when I am sitting alone, I can be in satsanga. Even when I am taking bath, I can be in satsanga. Even when I am lying down on the bed but sleep is not coming, I can be in satsanga. Actually, Veji, a lot of time it happens like that. Correct. So you are lying down, you can't do anything else. You want sleep to come, but the sleep is not coming. What? Remember this. Mana sajjana भक्ती पंथेची जावे, तरी श्रीहरी पाहाविजे तो स्वभावे. जनी निंद्यते सर्व सोडोनी द्यावे, जनी वंद्यते सर्व भावे करावे. प्रभाते मनी राम चिंतित जावा, पुढे वैखरी राम आधी वदावा. सदाचार हा थोर हा सांग, जनी तोचितो मानवी धन्य. We can't give any excuse for not being in satsanga. This is something in our hand. And I tell you, this is the most important sadhana. Actually, all sadhanas are meant for this only. When you say, I am doing puja, what are you doing? No, Vechi, when I am doing puja, I am doing puja. You are employing your body, your senses, your mind, everything in the worship of God, so that mind will not think of anything else. When you are doing japa, what are you doing? Again you are bringing the thought of God, your Ishta Devata, your japa, and then you are doing that japa mantra, Ishta mantra. What are you doing? Not allowing mind to think of anything else, so that mind thinks of this. When you are meditating, what are you doing? When you are doing different tapas, vratas, yatra, what are we doing? We are doing the same thing. So this is the crux of all sadhanas. The thing with other sadhanas is, there is a starting time and there is an ending time. I started puja at this time, I ended at this time. I started doing japa at this time, I ended at this time. I started meditation on this time and ended on this time. But for this satsanga, that thoughts to be kept in mind about that sat, about that consciousness, there is no starting ending. At all times you can keep doing it. Through different methods you can keep doing. Some people are there singing Bhagavan's name. You go there and sit and start singing. No, wait a Veji, I can't sing. Sing it in mind. Luckily our mind voice nobody can hear. Very good. Freely sing, loudly, inside the mind. Then somebody is doing something else, somebody is going for yatra, go. In and through all the sadhanas, one thing that we have to remember is, I have to remain with my God. I have to remain with my Bhagavan. I have to remain with those good noble thoughts. Whatever I may be doing, whatever kind of sadhana, that doesn't matter. That may change. Inside, everything remains same. Even when you are talking, think of Bhagavan. Even when you are listening, think of Bhagavan. That is satsanga. The physical association will inspire us to do this. And that's why physical association is also necessary. Don't say, na Vedji said anyway satsanga, na, why should I go anywhere? I can be. If there is an opportunity, please go. Why? Because it will reiterate this thought. It will inspire us again to do this again. It will keep us on the path. It will keep check on us whether we have gone here and there. We have deviated from the path or what? Where are we? So that physical association of Guru, of that Sajjan also is incomparable. Naradji says in Narad Bhakti Sutra, Mahatsangastu, what is that? Durlabha, Agamyaha, Amoghasya. Mahatsanga, the company of wise, is Durlabha, is very rare. Agamyaha, difficult. It's not easy to find such great Mahatmas and to be intellectually appreciating them. It's not easy. But Amoghaha, but it is infallible. Once you have that satsanga, even for a moment, it will never go waste. You may not even go to that place and meet that person ever in your life, but that one experience has created a chain reaction, you can say, which will make sure that you walk this path and you reach that supreme. In Pujya Gurudev's life, he says that much before he became Swami Chinmayananda, much before he became the sannyasi, once he was traveling through train and the train stopped for some reason, not on the station or anything, but in between. And they told that it will be here for a long time. And in those days, it was like that. So Gurudev just came out of the train, young boy at that time, and started walking. And he reached a place, he saw that some ashram is there. He was not a spiritual or religious person or anything. But because somewhere we have to go, he saw a place, he went there inside. And there was a Mahatma sitting there and there were so many other people. He just went there and sat. Nobody was talking. Nobody was asking any question. The Mahatma was not saying anything. But that Mahatma looked into the eyes of Gurudev. And Gurudev says something happened that day. The place was none other than Tiruvannamalai. And the Mahatma was none other than Ramana Maharishi. Gurudev says, I didn't even know his name. I just happened to be there. I didn't speak anything to him. He didn't speak anything to me. I went away when that thing was over. When the Mahatma went inside, I also came. I again came there, caught train, went somewhere else. Even later, I didn't know his name. Much later, when I started, getting this knowledge, I started getting understanding of what that experience was and who that Mahatma was. How will you explain this? It's not planned. I already told you, it just happens. Satsanga happens. And when it happens, it always leaves a very lasting impact. It may not be, in your, if you say 10 memories of your life which you remember always, it may not be. But the impact that it has created is unbelievable. Amogha, it will never go waste. And therefore, oh my mind, remain in Satsanga. With this thought, Samarth Ramdas Swami concludes. The last verse, 205, is Phalashruthi, is telling what is the result of chanting this Manache Shlok. Always, any stotra ends with Phalashruthi. So that is what. Let us see. Manachi shate aikata dosha jati mati mandate sadhana yogya hoti चढ़े ज्ञान वैराग्य सामर्थ्य अंगी मणे दास विश्वासता मुक्ति भोगी जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. Manachi shate aikata. He says, even if you listen to Manache Shlok, forget about you yourself chanting. You don't know, maybe 100 reasons will be there. Even by listening to this, Manache shate is 100 verses, means verses on mind. Aikata dosha jati, even by listening to it, all your dosha, all your negativities will go away. Mati mandate sadhana yogya hoti. Even those who are mati manda, not in the sense of the world, okay? Mati manda doesn't mean that he has got some, slow intelligence. Not like that. Mati manda is in the path of spirituality, those who are walking very slow, have not done much. Sadhana yogya hoti. They become capable of doing sadhana. Chadhe jnana vairagya samarthya angi. In them, these qualities increase. What? Jnana, vairagya and samarthya. Samarthya is bhakti samarthya. Jnana, vairagya and bhakti. Earlier also we had seen these are the three main things. Isn't it? Bhakti, jnana, vairagya. They themselves are bhakti yoga, jnana yoga and karma yoga. Sadhana, swadhyaya and seva. All these things are same only. Chadhe jnana vairagya samarthya angi. Mane dasa. No, dasa mane. Ramdas Swami says, Vishwasata mukti bhogi. Two meanings. Vishwasata, through faith, mukti bhogi. You will realize, you will experience, you will enjoy that liberation by study of this text itself. Vishwasata, through faith. Second meaning, Vishwasata, have faith. What? Mukti bhogi. You will be liberated. Asamshayam mahabaho. As Bhagavan Shri Krishna will say, don't have doubt about it. I am telling you, Mane Dasa, Ramdas is saying, you will liberate. You will get that liberation. And you see, what he has done is, he says, even by listening, so many things will happen. In Vedanta Shastra, it is called kaku. Kaku means not kaku. Kaimutika Nyaya. Kaimutika Nyaya means if by listening itself so many things are happening, what then to say if you start to understand and if you yourself start to chant? Many more things will happen. That's what he is trying to say. Just by listening, all these things will happen. Dosha will go away, you will become capable of doing your sadhana, jnana, vairagya and bhakti will increase in you and you will reach that moksha. Have faith, it will happen. Okay? When he says have faith, it will happen, why should we worry? It will happen. Okay? So with this, we come towards the end of this beautiful text, Manache Shloka. We started the entire thing with Mangalacharana, and then we saw Hari Bhakti, we saw Sadachara, what is the correct way of living, and how this human life is incomplete and something has to be given to complete it. These topics we saw in first section, verses 1 to 27, which was focused on Karma Yoga. Then verses 28 to 135 focused on Bhakti Yoga, where Saguna Bhakti and the path of Sri Rama was explained. Then from 136 to 174 we came to Nirguna Bhakti, or what is called as Jnana Yoga, path of inquiry, where we asked a lot of questions, Shravana, Manana, etc. we did. Then in verses 175 to 201, the description of that Shuddha Brahma was given, which is beyond Saguna and Nirguna both, or which is the essence of Saguna and Nirguna both. And then in last 4 verses, Upasamhara, conclusion is done by Samarth Ramdas Swami. This is how the text has progressed. In a way, if you see, the text is called as Bhakti Grantha. Why? Because Karma Yoga is different aspect of Bhakti only. You are dedicating action to God. Bhakti and Jnana are also different aspects of Bhakti, Saguna Bhakti and Nirguna Bhakti. Jnana is called as Nirguna Bhakti. So in a way, those people who say that this is a Bhakti Grantha, there is nothing wrong with it. However, when we have studied this, we have understood that it is Jnana Grantha also. It is a text filled with knowledge. Knowledge of sadhana, knowledge of sadhaka and knowledge of sadhya. That Ishvara, that Parabrahma that we have to gain. And where am I? What are the negativities in me? That also he has explained. What are the sadhanas that I have to perform? That also he has explained. Okay. So thus a very wonderful text written in Marathi, very simple Marathi, not complicated at all, but giving such deep meaning. Okay. As the tradition goes, we must read the first verse of the text again, just to remind ourselves that we are not ending the study, we are only beginning the study. Okay, let us chant the first shloka again, which we always chant in the beginning of every class. Ganadhisha Joisha Sarva Gunansa Mularambha Arambhato Nirgunacha Namu Sharada Mula Chatvara Vacha Gamu Pantha Anantaya Raghavacha Mana Sajjana Bhakti Panthe Chizave Tari Shri Hari Pavizeto Swabhave Jani Nindyate Sarva Sodo Nidyave Jani Vandyate Sarva Bhave Karave. Jai Jai Raghuvir Samartha. We invoke the grace and blessings of Bhagavan Sri Rama, Samarth Ramdas Swami and entire Guru Parampara, so that we will be able to live this knowledge. May this knowledge not just remain in the book, may it come in us and into our life as well. We also offer the entire Jnana Yajna, these so many sessions we have done, I think, I don't know, 43, 44 sessions, 45 sessions, I don't know. Whatever sessions we have done, we come to the conclusion of this, we offer the success of this entire endeavor at the lotus feet of Guru. It is by their grace, it is by their knowledge that we are learning. May he be pleased with us. Ityesha Vangmayi Puja Srimad Shankara Padayo. May by this Vak Puja Bhagavan be pleased. We must also thank all the people who have been working in the background, the media and IT teams every week, the home study course department to keep sending reminders, keep uploading the video, sending the video again, and coordinating the whole thing. And as usual, by God's grace, we have never taken a break. Since we started, every Sunday we had class. See, it is always, we start something is okay, but when we are able to complete it, it is something else. So by God's grace, we are able to complete this. That also shows, that they are always with us. Now comes the most important question that you all are waiting for. What? Vedji, what next? See, let me tell you frankly, I never meant to start anything like this which will go on. Okay. We did Viveka Chudamani as a very small thing. I was taking class for a group of 20 people. And because of COVID, we had to go to online mode. Then when we were anyways going to online mode, I just a thought came that if anyways we are doing online, why should we restrict it to 20 people? We should open it up. And we had no idea when we open it up what we are opening it up to. And suddenly from everywhere people joined. And Viveka Chudamani, we had long 115 classes. So many people were touched in YouTube. And then we started this as the next text. In between we started Sanskrit also, and we have completed Sanskrit also. Right? And now after Vivek Chudamani, we started this Manache Shlok. That also came as somebody, was posting in YouTube. I had given one talk on Manache Shlok, and they said, no, we want to study this full text. We have never heard also about it, and now that we have heard, it looks so nice. So I thought that is another opportunity for me to study the text. See, not all other things are fine, but for myself, I can study. So we took this up, and therefore, it is not a planned thing. That's what I want to say. So, how do I say now? See, first few months, you please take to restudy this text. Okay, so we are not starting immediately from next week anything. Okay, as we always do when we complete a text, we give ourselves time to go through the text again, make our notes proper. If we have missed any class, go back and listen, and complete the text, so that when we go to the next text, the thought of previous text, incomplete should not come. That should be completed, and then only we should go to the next step. The next text that we will be studying is Ramacharita Manasa. Is the most beautiful Tulsi Ramayana. Again, it is not planned. I have never taken entire Tulsi Ramayana before, but and I am telling right now, this is a live class happening, but that won't be a live class, because you see, Ramcharitmanas and such texts are such where I need audience in front of me. You see, I can't just talk to camera. You see, some singing also will be there. Ramcharitmanas is a text which is filled with all that harmonium. Some people has to be there and all these things. So I am conducting these Ramcharitmanas sessions from coming month for the Vedanta Sadhaka course that is going on here, the 1-year residential program which is going on. Next month we will be starting that. Every day Satsang we will be covering Ramcharitmanasa. So those 70, 75, 80, I don't know how many classes will be there, okay. I never plan it like that. So whatever number of classes we will be having, we will start to put one class on Sunday 5 to 6. It may be 5 to 5:45, 5 to 5:50, depending on how the situation is. But it will not go more than 1 hour for sure. And those sessions will be like this, either on Zoom or they will directly put on YouTube. Now I don't know how it will happen, but every Sunday you will get one episode. Okay, and we will be starting it from Sri Ramanavami. Ramanavami is on Sunday, 6th of April. So 3 months you take for restudying this text, and from April first Sunday is Sri Ramanavami. From that day, we will start the study of Ramacharita. Oh, what a beautiful text it is. I have been quoting Ramacharita in Vivek Chudamani also, and here also. Just today also I quoted Ramacharita, right? So it's a wonderful text we will get to study. So I wish you all very best, and I am sure you all will sincerely attend all those classes. I have to appreciate your sincerity, for these classes. It is very difficult that you all are, in your own life busy with so many things, but you always take your time out and come and attend class. It's not easy. You see, it's not easy. So you must pat your back and say, good, well done. You start something but you complete it. That's a very, very big thing. See, new year is coming now. We will start to think of so many new things that we want to do, but to complete whatever we have decided is not easy. So many obstacles will be there, but Bhagavan takes care and we remain sincerely on the path. So you must congratulate yourself also on this sincerity, and I am sure even when the other text now Ramacharita will come, that time also you will be very sincerely attending all those classes. Whether it happens on Zoom, they will tell you. You are already part of the WhatsApp group, so they will tell you. And even if it does not happen on Zoom, anyways it will be coming on YouTube. Every Sunday one session will be coming. Okay, so wish you all the very best, and thanks to each one of you. Because of you I could study this wonderful text. If in case while explaining some mistake has happened, please forgive. I always say I am younger to all of you so you can easily forgive me, and whatever good was there, it all is of Guru. To that Guru we offer this entire text. Once again, thank you very much, and we will conclude. Okay. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, 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 Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti, Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti, Dhira Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti, Dhira Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti, Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti, Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti, Duta Maruti Ramaduta Maruti, Duta Maruti Ramaduta Maruti, Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti, Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti, Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti, Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti, Gambhira Maruti, Gambhira Maruti. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.